Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. How was how's the New Year? How was your New Year celebration? Did you have a good New Year?
Yes, a bit because in between Christmas and the New Year, I got COVID. So it was like, a little bittersweet, but at least I got in time to celebrate, just to celebrate the New Year with some friends. So, yes, it wasn't bad. And yeah, it was good, actually.
Thank you so much for having me here, and hope you're doing great. And hi to all the Wax community. Yeah, my New Year was, let's say it was chill. let's say it was chill. The year didn't end up in the best way, but everything is okay now. Just this. And Christmas was amazing. I had a lot of food and stuff, and I think that if there's anyone that is following us on our Twitch channel, already knows that me and Nico, had the chance to eat a lot of stuff for Christmas. What about you? What about your New Year's?
For the last two New Year's, my tradition has been catching COVID. So this year I was happy to break the tradition. I lost my voice that last week of right before Christmas, and everybody in my family got sick. But then after that, we were great. We got to celebrate Christmas, ate a ton of food right then, and then for New Year's, I just hung out at home with my family and just rang it in quietly with a couple neighbors. So it was good. It was a good New Year. I don't know, but the changing of this year really kind of hyped me up for just change in general, and like what's next around the corner. And I'm really excited for this New Year. So I'm really excited to have you all here with me too. Let me go ahead and introduce these guys. So if you're not in the know, it's a really quick introduction. Nico is the CMO at Taco. Now, there's someone who's always been passionate about pop culture and sports, and they also have a background in journalism. One of his remarks is that his life changed when he picked up that first standard shovel. So that's the quick introduction to him. He's behind the Taco account. And then also joining us is Fede. He is the CEO of Taco. Fede is a tech enthusiast who's been building apps since he was a teenager. And then for more than 2 years, he's been committed to the Web3 gaming and is the mastermind behind all the Taco products. So, gentlemen, I think we last touched base back in September when Combs was first launching. So I'm excited to have you both here updating us on everything coming from Taco in 2024. So let's start with some questions I prepared. About halfway through those, we'll begin opening up for our audience to join on stage and ask you guys any questions that they might have about what's coming next in the Cryptia Taco or what have you. Ready? So let's get into it. I think first off, I want to talk about Cryptia, right? That's the new season. It just started. So for anyone who's not familiar, can you give a quick kind of description about Cryptia and how it works? Nico?
Yes, Cryptia is our strategic dungeon card game in which players have to beat the card dealer and complete the floors and climb the leaderboard and also complete tasks in order to collect NFTs. It's a very nice game because the card dealers sends you 3 cards at a time, and you have to combine them in order to advance. And of course, we've launched it I think one year and a half ago, and now we are at season 5. So a lot of people here probably know it, but in case you don't know, it's a classic game on Wax, I'd say now, and it's super chill. I love it also to play during winter. I don't know why, but I love playing during winter and spend some time there and enjoy it while outside is cold. That's how I see a Cryptia.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun game. Definitely would agree with calling it a classic game. Now it's been around for more than a minute. And so with season 5 just launching, are there any what types of new features can some of the players expect to see?
Oh, there are a lot of new features as always, and in this case we have a new enemy, which is the vampire monster that probably, and I blame Fede for this, is the most powerful enemy that we've created so far, because at the end of each turn, it drains 1 health point from the hero card and actually increases its power. by using that help point. So it's a tough one. Also, when combined with other powers such as clone or fire. But we are giving everyone the instruments to make it after to make it through, and one of those is having new gear packs, which include mythics for the first time. You can get the new gear packs by completing the season pass, and so this will give players a lot of new opportunities of beating this bad monster that we created. And of course, there are new prizes which are very interesting because for the first time they are integrated with another taco game, which is comms. And through the season pass, players can get up to 10 comms assets. So we are super happy about that because of course we had the chance to integrate to different games because comms and Acryptia are very different games, and giving the opportunity of to crypto players also to get onboarded on comms easily. So it's something that we were looking for, and we are super happy that we managed. And the season actually also crypto season 5 started on the 20th of December, so there's actually one more month of playing, and everyone is early and can complete the tasks and collect NFTs. So we're super excited about how the season is going so far.
The when you mentioned the vampire and how it grows in power, I really think that's a cool effect with the way it snowballs. So like maybe you don't want to take care of it right away, but if you don't, you're gonna get bit in the butt for sure before it's too long. Remind me, you don't need to have a season pass for anyone listening, I don't think, to play Acryptia. This is a game you can just load up on your browser, and just start playing and start checking out all the calamities that Rugo sends you, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's completely free to play, so anyone can just jump in and play, access the leaderboard. Of course, who reaches the best floor every season is considered the best player in Acryptia. So there is a lot of heavy competition in that. And you can also collect NFTs and prizes also by playing the free to play mode. You have I think 10 prizes that you can collect in the season pass for free. So it's really for anyone. The game is for anyone, and when we made the concept of the game, that was our main idea, to have the opportunity to give the opportunity to every kind of player just to jump in and play. Of course, if you want also other prizes, more prizes up to 44. You upgrade the season pass, and yeah, that's how most of the players, of course, do. Because of course there are also very very nice prizes that you can unlock with the season pass.
I think that are there any other changes to the season pass? I know that you've covered a lot of that already.
There is another actually, because you have the opportunity of collecting also a rare asset in the Taco ecosystem, which is the Taco G token, which is our governance token that players can use to be involved in important decision in Taco ecosystem. For example, allocating a part of Taco tokens to some liquidity pools on Taco Swap. So it's very interesting because we wanted to give even more love to Acryptia players by giving them the opportunity of collecting such a rare asset in our ecosystem. So basically, these are the major things that we have changed. And yes, as I mentioned previously, also the opportunity of getting started with comms, basically, by playing Acryptia this time.
I love the the interconnection between comms and Acryptia. One other question I had about, or two, I have two more questions I think about Acryptia before we go into comms. But one thing I think I remember you mentioned was you made it a little bit easier to complete the seasons. You know, we've only got 2 months before the season 5 is over, and we're halfway through. And you did mention that it's still early. So is there any what was it like to change kind of how from season to season to where we are now, as far as helping players accomplish more goals during game time, their playtime.
Yes, since we launched, we made a lot of refactors on the task side because we want to allow players to just be casual gamers and have the opportunity at the same time of completing all the season pass. So it's not required like in the first season to play a big amount of games in order to complete the season pass. Now you can just jump in, have your one or two runs a day, or even not every day, to complete all the tasks and progress. So we can give everyone the opportunity of being completing actually the entire season pass without having to grind for hours a day. And it was very important for us to reach this goal, and we made it I'd say in the last two seasons that we had, so season 4 and this season 5, we accomplished that by making tasks always easier and giving tools like gears to players in order to complete tasks faster. Not only that, because players can also apply skins that can apply skins to get some boost for task completion. So it's something that we were looking for, providing step by step all the tools to players in order for them to complete Cryptia and play casual. So we're glad that we managed to do that, and we will keep on progressing on this side too, I think, because it's every season we get better. So every season we see that the releases are always smoother, the gameplay is always smoother, and so it's great because we know that in 6 months Acryptia will be even better on a player standpoint.
I really appreciate how you take into consideration that not everyone will have the same amount of time to grind, and making it easier for even casual players or people who are just getting started to get something and get that feeling of winning. Definitely, I think it's really a good way to keep people coming back. It makes you feel like you're making progress, and I like that. I think it's great. So my last cryptic question, more like so in the past, there's been artist collaborations from the Wax community, where they do, like, you sell a pack and it's a full reskin with like a special art style. So I think the ones that come to mind is like the Cryptokumas and the Schnazzy full reskins. Is there going to be any, or do you have any maybe upcoming artist collabs you want to leak, or maybe is that something we can look forward to seeing again this year?
Oh, if you would have made this question like 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, I would have said no. There are at the moment we are not progressing on this side. But luckily, by the end of the last year, we were approached by a famous artist on Wax. I'm not going to tell you the name. I'm sorry, but I want him to tell the name when he feels comfortable. And we were approached by him actually, and he's already working on a full custom deck like the Schnazzis and the Kumas one. And we are super excited about that because we are completely in love with custom decks. We think that we were able to create with these amazing partners like Schnazzi and Kuma the opportunity of connecting Web3 art with Web3 games, and it's not something that you see often. And we are incredibly proud. So having the opportunity of having a third custom deck is we are so grateful for that. Well, I don't have other words, but I won't announce today who's the artist, but and I'm not sure. I want to be 100% honest on this, that it will be released for season 5. It might be released in between the seasons or for season 6, because of course when an artist creates a full custom deck, is actually designing 50 unique cards plus the deck, and it's a relevant amount of work. So it has to be taken carefully and with analyzing everything and also having the opportunity of confronting each other multiple times in order to find the best that create the best deck, because of course our game experience and the artist experience must be mixed in order to create something great like we did in the past. So probably the release will be in season 6, but yes, I'm super excited because we're already working on it.
I really love those full custom conversions. It's and if you it's I think it's a feather in your cap as well that you're working with the community and including actual artists that are from the ecosystem. Instead, it's there's a lot of negative sentiment toward making your own art with maybe AI, and so while I'm not part of that group per se, I think it's so valuable to be able to showcase creators from the ecosystem, combine it, and then it's just I love it. Right, I'll be gushing about it. I'll keep talking about it. So let me. That's all I got for Cryptia. So I'm just excited to see what it is. I won't ask you any more details about who it might be, but I'm eager to find out. So I'll be looking for that announcement. Let's talk about Combs, right? So again, let's for folks who are not familiar with Combs, Nico, will you give us kind of explain like what it is, how it works, please?
Oh, sure. So, first thing concerning comms is that yes, we always want to take 1 minute of our time saying how grateful we are for having 2 seasons of 2 different games running at the same times, because it took a lot of effort for us to create both comms and Acryptia and make them running, and having the opportunity of having both season working at the same time and giving to different target of players the opportunity of being involved in taco through 2 different games. It's something that we are incredibly grateful, and also we have to say thanks to the community, which always appreciates our game, and so we are so happy about that. But to answer your question, comms is our strategic idle game, which is focused on resource management, in which players have to combine their NFTs to produce resources. With those resources, players can access the leaderboard, and at every season there is a huge prize, and or craft NFTs, or get NFTs from the shop. We have some taco. We add each season taco NFTs or other wax projects NFTs, and players have the opportunity of getting them with these in-game resources. All these resources are not tokens; those are in-game resources. But the cool thing is that every season we have like huge prizes, and in I think in 3 seasons that we completed so far, we had more than 1 million wax distributed, which is incredible. And yes, we have to thank the community for all the interest for also this new game, because we have worked very hard in 2023 in order to release it. And yes, so this is comms.
1 million wax distributed in just a few short seasons. That's a monumental achievement. Congratulations. How can new players get started with Combs?
Sorry, Tommy, can you make the question again, please?
Yeah. Sorry. I was just saying, remarking on the 1 million giveaway and the 1 million wax giveaway, and I was going to ask you, like, how can a new player get started with Combs?
Yes, basically, comms. In order to get started with comms, you will need NFTs, which are chain fields and space comms. Chain fields are the NFT that basically allow the players to introduce space comm in and produce resources. And the space comps are the actual NFT that produce resources. So basically, the chain field is the production line, and the space comp is what actually produce resources. And in order to play, players needs at least one chain field and one space comp. Those NFTs can be, of course, pulled from packs. We every season we are dropping the season packs in which players can find uh, space comps and chain fields. But of course, there are multiple ways to access. And for example, in order to get chain fields, which are the most important asset, I'd say, players can also rent them on our website, because we during the third season, so last season, we introduced the renting feature, which is actually being used a lot, and we're super happy about that. And with the Shing tokens, players can actually rent chain fields. So this reduced immensely the entrance barrier for users that now can access easily by using Shing and renting the chain field when they cannot get the full pack. This is a feature that it's really it's doing very well, and we are planning already to extend to our games. But yes, the the main entrance for comms, I'd say, is to joining the drop. And now we have a drop that is oncoming on Friday, the season 3 drop. So it's yes, this is a great opportunity for people to jump in, and even though they don't in the drop, they can rent a chain field, get a couple space comps to try the game. So it's fantastic, because now we are really the entrance barriers is very low now, and yes, players can join in these multiple ways.
That's awesome. So you mentioned that there's going to be a season 3 drop coming up on Friday, and the season 3 of comms is should be just around the corner, starting up. Is that can you confirm the date is that I have it right, January 16th for the next season to begin?
Yes, I got wrong actually. The drop is on January the 12th, so this Friday,
This
and the
Friday.
season starts on January 16th.
Okay.
So yes, in we are going to have the drop of season 3 packs on Friday, and the season will start immediately after on Tuesday 16th, and with actually new features, of course, that are both in game or on the crafting side. So it's and those are very very interesting. And yes, and this is going to be a great news, a great season, and we hope that the prize will be huge. We will. The prize is actually 75% of the drop proceeds. So based on the drop proceeds, 75% will go on the season prize, which is very interesting, because since we launched comms, we wanted to have a game that had a shared economy system, and so far the community is appreciating it a lot. So we're keep on going this way.
That's really awesome. Now, my next question I'm going to throw to Fede. I heard that there's going to be an introduction of Combs missions coming up in the next iteration of the game. How will these change the way the gameplay works today?
Oh, thanks for the question. And it's going to change the gameplay a lot, because the missions are, we can say, a next phase, a next layer into the Worldcoms game. And everything that already exists is going to continue to work as it is, because you are going to use the same resources that you are generating and creating from the space comps to run your missions, to run your spaceships, okay, to go on missions. The spaceships will have items inside them that needs the resources that are done from the space comps to be sent out on missions. But it's going to be tricky to set up the correct missions and how long you want to be outside, because there's the risk that you can even fail the mission. So it's going to add a really important strategic part into the whole comms game. And with these missions, doing the missions, you are able to complete quests that are going to let you to earn and get more hon to participate in the leaderboard, or to craft in the game new space comms or new items to go out on missions. So it's adding a whole new layer into comms. It's like, I may say, it may be a completely game on its own. So just talking about this as an addition, as a feature, it's not really true, because it's going to be a complete new layer that's going to double, or even increment even more than double, the number of actions that you can do into comms, and the strategy that you can decide to create. You can even decide just to produce stuff with your space comms, or to just go on mission, or to have the whole cycle and do everything. And it's just going to be the introduction for the next phase of comms that's going to be released later this year.
Tommy, I'd like to add one thing, because I'm amazed, because for the first time Fede uh, dropped a lot of information about missions, going very deep into it. So I'm amazed, and yes, also I wanted to add that the strategic component in comms is it's very important since the first layer, but with this new one there are plenty of opportunities for players to be engaged in the whole system or just in the parts of it. And I think it's what makes this game very interesting and very enjoyable for the players. So yes, I'm amazed. I don't know what to say.
I had to do it at some point, Nico.
You heard it here first, guys. All the details from the missions right from Fede. You mentioned spaceships, and that immediately got my attention 120%. What types of or will your or what types of like kind of customizability of the individual spaceships, is that something that you're exploring right now, or is that maybe something that I shouldn't be asking about? It's a later treat. Can you tell me a little, or can you, or would you be able to talk a little bit more about how the spaceships maybe work?
The spaceship itself is the uh, can we say it? It's the most important item. Okay, that you must have a spaceship to go on missions, and to do these space exploration missions, you need to add your equipment, let's say, inside the spaceship itself, okay, to decide how it's going to behave. And you need to be careful, because there are going to be events where your spaceship can get more damages, so you need to be careful to avoid your spaceship to get destroyed, or decide if you want to risk it. There's the whole thing. So the spaceship is the main one, and then with the other, we can say, equipments or items or add-ons to the spaceship itself will determine how successful the mission can be, and how many new resources you can get, how far you can go with the mission, how long you can have your space mission to last. And it's not going to be limited, it's just going to be limited by this strategy that the user wants to put in. If wants to risk it all for example, for the higher reward, or try to play safe, so it opens a lot of possibilities on that side.
That's exciting. That's exciting. That's exactly what I was kind of hoping to hear, that you could customize and make it a little bit different, just with like how you customize with you wanted to like maybe compete amongst your friends. This is really cool. May I ask? This would be I think my last one for Combs. May I ask when players can expect to see the new additions that we were just talking about, if you're able to share that yet?
Oh, sure. We plan to have this whole new layer released by the next, let's say, 2 seasons. Let's see what's going to happen. Our aim is to have it as soon as possible, but of course we want to be ready and completely functional. We don't want to release beta or alphas or whatever, and that's what we try to do in Taco. When we release something to the public, we just want to make sure that it's working. That it's working.
Yeah, that's definitely an important part. I can't argue with you there. You definitely want to polish, so that your players, have something, they really enjoy it, and that's you want to get the most, impact from where you've done all this work. You want to make it perfect before everybody starts playing with it. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to see the new additions. Okay, so let me pause here for a minute. I would like to give our listeners the opportunity to come up on stage and ask any questions they have to our guests, Nico or Fede. Go ahead and raise your hands. I do have more questions that I'll be going back into, but I want to give everybody a heads up that they can start raising their hands. I don't want to wait to the end. Sometimes people don't like to wait all the way to the end. Excuse me. So if you've got questions for Nico or Fede, please go ahead and raise your hand, and I'll start inviting people up as we go. Okay. While we're waiting for anyone who does have a question, my next stuff is going to be kind of focused mostly on the actual Taco Guild and what y'all got cooking right now. So I think Nico, I'm going to throw this one to you first. Taco Studios TV. It's a new weekly talk show on Twitch. How did that kind of come about?
Yes, we're so happy that even in December of 2023, we were able to add a little piece to our community outreach. And yes, we opened a Twitch channel, and right now, me and Fede every Thursday stream about taco hot topics, but not only, also wax hot topics, or even interviewing other projects representatives. And we had the opportunity of having only 4 or 5 shows so far, so we are really scratching the surface. And we became affiliate. We're doing the steps that creators do on Twitch to improve our channel and add all the layers, the emotes, the opportunity of subscribing, interact better with us during the stream. So step by step, we are improving our Twitch channel. But the reason why we did it was it because we wanted to be even closer to our community. We spend all our days with our community, but on Discord, on Telegram, on Twitter, in these ways we wanted, to also have the opportunity of having a chat. And Twitch, we think it was the platform that allowed us to do this better and than others. So we decided to open the channel, and starting a little bit with just one show, but we have a lot in store and a lot of ideas, both of including communities and other projects. So we are super excited about that and about this going so far. And I can also anticipate here that you will be one of our guests. Can you confirm this?
Yeah, I think you did invite me, and I'm excited to join you on Twitch. It'll be my return to Twitch. I think from the last stream I did was with our ambassador Kristaya. So yeah, I'll definitely be come and join and hang out with y'all and chat about some wax stuff. I gotta check my scheduling though. I think we already chatted about this, but yeah, scheduling it up. I'm looking forward to it. When do you have the shows? Is it the same time every week?
We try to have it at the same time every week. Right now it's 6 p.m. UTC. So because we
On
think it's
Thursday.
a good time. It's yes, actually, when this show started, exact time on every Thursday. And because we think that it's the best balance between all the different time zones, which is always tough to find. And because of this, we are also studying new formats and new ideas in order to cover all the time zones with the different shows. But right now we are very focused on content. So right now the idea is to do the fine tuning with content and find the best way to engage the community on the content side, and then we will open the new formats. For example, one that I can anticipate you is going to be the Acryptia single run challenge. So it's an open challenge, and every week we invite one player from from the community that will have the same setup, plays one Acryptia run, and we're going to have a leaderboard. of course, stream the run, and we're going to have the leaderboard of this single run challenge, because we think it's a great way to mix our games with our new Twitch channel, and also create a community event on our new platform. So we're going to invest a lot of resources in um, making this Twitch channel great, and yes, of course, making it great also comes from inviting other projects. And you will be one of our guests, as I said, but we are already working with the other big companies on Wax in order to have their project representatives come talk and say hi, and we think that it's all about sharing. So we are super excited about the idea of having another project representative come to our show and talk at length about their project. We think Wax is all about sharing, and this is the first idea when we created Taco. So we are super excited also about having the opportunity of giving space to other companies on Wax, big and small. To be honest, it's not important the extent, but what they have to say and their product.
I really, really love the initiative. And as one of the top guilds, it's such a boon for the community. All the work that you're putting in to help feature, like you said, big and small. It's not just how big you are, but like you said, your ideas. And I think that's going to be really, really it's going to be a benefit, I think, for everybody who participates, either listening, watching, or being able as a guest. So I'm looking forward to it. And then make sure I heard the time right. It's every Thursday at 6 p.m. UTC, 1800, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. And then this is a show that's put on by you and Fede, right? Are there any other guests or anyone else from the Taco team who worked on the show?
Actually, thanks for asking. Because one of the reasons, also, because we decided to open the Twitch channel, is because we are so many in the office every day, and we want to share also the faces and the ideas of the people who are of our team, who are maybe a little less involved on a community standpoint, but they provide their fantastic skills to the team. For example, our Unity developers, which are heavy gamers, so they're going to share their expertise on gaming, but also our UX UI designer that is coming actually on tomorrow's show, which is Federica, that is going to tell us about what she loves about the working at Taco, and also all the other members of the team. Because yes, it's our office. It's always crowded, and we want to show how a day in our office is usually. So yes, we're going to show also our team members, other team members. But I will run the show with Fede. Actually, I run the show, and Fede. No, it's no, and
Nico is the showman. Everyone knows it. You are the showman, Nico.
no. We run the show together, and we are in the same place. We are in the office both. We try to be both in the office when we can, because it's also a nice. We can create a nice interaction between us, and not being on two different sides.
Oh, I love it. I'm excited for it. I do see. So that's all I got for the Taco Studios TV. Before I go into the next question, which I'm going to throw to Fede, I have one question that was posted on our tweets. This one's from God's Gaming. It's about Combs. So I think Fede, this one's for you. Will we see a Combs mobile app like the other Taco Universe apps in the near future?
Yes, and yes, because everything started on mobile for us, and we really, really are into mobile development, and we think that you need to have everything on mobile. The only problem is that we don't want to, I don't know, for example, have the app released only on the Google Play Store. We don't want just to use test flight or systems for beta apps like the Universe one. And unfortunately, we still need to wait a bit to avoid to have a lot of hassles to release an app, a game with NFTs integrated into it. For example, to have the Taco Utility app released on the App Store, on the Apple App Store, we had to remove some features, remove some things, and also we had to work with Apple for 6 months before we were able to release it. And every time we need to go an update, we need to release an update, it's going to take at least 1.5 months because they reject it, they ask for more info, they need to do the calls with you, and so on and so on. Because it having NFTs into the apps is kind of borderline, we can say, with their guidelines. It's something that's changing. It's something where everyone is working, even eventually to open the side loading into the iPhones. I don't want to go into this topic, of course, but we'd love to. But unfortunately, right now, the best thing to do is to focus on web because you can play both on mobile and, of course, on desktop. So it's the first choice for us right now, but we can't wait to have all our games, even Cryptia. Even Cryptia can't wait to have a mobile app for Cryptia, for example. It's way, way better. But we need to wait for the rest of the world to allow us to do it without having to put a lot of efforts and resources just to try to release it. We want to create great products and we want to make them available as soon as possible, so we don't want to waste time on all those bureaucratic stuffs.
Yeah, I hear you. You want to. It's a lot of red tape sometimes to go through when you're working with companies like that, right? So you want it to. It's your skills and time is best focused on making the game better, and I hear that. I have one other comment here. This one was from Tara Mike. Having watched Taco Wax grow from selling NFTs of bottles of sauce into the amazing product it is today has been inspiring for me, and I'm sure for others as well. So thank you, Tara Mike, for your kind words. It has been inspiring to watch the project grow. That's why it's a classic. All right. So Fede, so here's the next question I've got, kind of as kind of guild oriented. Like, how do you see the different games under the Taco umbrella? Do they exist in like the same universe? Like, if you were to write a lore or start doing stories or something, would they go in the same spot?
Yeah, fun fact, we have whole stories behind Cryptia comes and even the whole Taconian universe, the Taconian universe and the Sea of Bubbles. It's called like this in the Taconian universe, and other is like a multiverse. We can say the Sea of Bubbles, the Ocean of Bubbles, and every single game, every single project is a bubble. So a Cryptia is into the Myria world and is in the dungeon when a comet arrived and destroyed everything. So the people started uh, to gather into those taverns underground. There's a whole lore, there's everything, because you can't create a game and have precise ideas on what's better to do instead of other things and so on, and have a direction without having a lore. But it's something that we didn't share yet, uh, because we'd like to arrive to the point when we are going to be able to release the Taconians and start also to talk about everything, all of that. And yeah, there's definitely, and we are going to do it, but we didn't share a lot so far. We didn't share a lot about the storytelling. Yeah, you're right. You made me think about that. It's not something that, yeah, because we were so focused on releasing just the products. And yeah, nice one, thank you.
I don't mean to put more work on your plate, but yeah, it was just something I thought of. The way that different games kind of connect. Something I think about when I look at like brawlers or music mogul. Like, how, if I wanted to imagine like how they could connect, how would I do it? So it's something I'm always kind of interested in, just how lore works. You already kind of answered my next question, Fede. Like, are the games all self-contained, or does playing one help in playing the other? I think you mentioned a lot of the different um, the season pass, how it's going to give NFTs for combs, and stuff like that. Is there anything else you want to say about like how you kind of strategized combining the games together?
Yeah, the idea is to have every single game to be at least accessible and playable on itself, because maybe you like card games, but you're a player that doesn't like, I don't know, other type of strategy games, either idle games, run games, card games, or whatever. So uh, it's you shouldn't need to play all the games to just get items to, I don't know, access the only one that you want to play. So they need to be games standalone on themselves, but everything is connected, and we want to give the opportunity playing one of them to access to the others too. That's why there are NFTs of comms into Acryptia. There are also NFTs of Acryptia into comms. In the comms shop, there are different NFTs, skins, and gears of Acryptia that you can get to start play. I mean, you can start to play without needing NFTs on Acryptia, but that can give you a kickstart at the beginning.
Awesome, thank you. We do have one request. I'll bring them on up. Welcome up, Brian. You have a question for our taco team. Your ears must be burning. We were talking about you earlier. What's your question for Nico or Fede?
What's up, guys? Nico, Fede, Tommy. What's up, Wax fam down below? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, had to swing through. Seeing Taco was in the space, so always a major fan of the Taco team and everything you guys got going on. Obviously, we collaborated before, so yeah, that's the Kuma deck is always a fun thing. But I heard something about storytelling, so I was like, skirt, got to come up, say something. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know you guys are diving in that realm and trying to get into explaining storytelling and things like that. So, since we're on that subject, I would personally love any Ruggo story. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give me all the Ruggo backstory you got. Build it up, make them a character, make them, you know what I mean? Make them the front running face of a Cryptia and/or that particular part of that taco universe or whatever. I heard you say something about this kind of sea of bubbles, and I'm kind of imagining that as the universe that all of our planets reside in, as do Cryptia or Combs and or Taco or what Brigade. I guess you have that as well. So yeah, just big fan of Ruggo. Obviously, we did the Ruggo Kuma. So for me, just artistically and story wise, that's something that always stands out, that I definitely, as a fan of Cryptia, aside from a collaborator, definitely as a fan, would love to see more stories about Ruggo.
Yeah.
A
Hi,
good one.
Brian, and it's great to have you here. Sorry, Tommy, I interrupted you.
No, I was just echoing his sentiment. Yeah, it would be a great like an origin story.
Yes, and as Fede said previously, we have actually a complete lore of Acryptia. You are already able to find the tiny bits of it under the gear cards, because the gear have descriptions, so you can get glimpses of the lore actually, but nothing, as Brian said, is related to Rago. And Rago is, of course, the main phase of Acryptia, and is the leader of Acryptia, and we all love and hate him at the same time. And actually, when we created the game, we wanted to have this face for the game, this icon for the game, and actually, Feaves, which who is here listening, created it, and she's done a fantastic job on creating it, because we immediately fell in love with Rago, and everything that we communicate on the Cryptia standpoints goes through him. And yes, so we will need to show a little bit more the lore also on for Rago. And yes, I we agree. So more lore for Acryptia. It's what we learned today. So thanks for telling us, both Tommy and Brian. So we will focus on this aspect definitely in the following months.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Super dope. I'm obviously always hyped for anything you guys got coming out. So, yeah, always up for more Ruggo stuff. I guess I always kind of look at Ruggo almost like maybe possibly he's a creature that's like, there's more than one Ruggo because you with the stylized and all the different actual card dealers, and he presents themselves in all these different shapes and colors and costumes. You kind of have almost that comparison to, let's say, even the Kumas, to where now it's one general template of a creature or one race of a being that now has all of these different kind of variations that stem out of it. So maybe the casual gray Ruggo could be your default Ruggo, and then everything that kind of falls behind that in that kind of Care Bear or Kuma or whatever kind of essence of, like I said, a race of Ruggo beings. But yeah, anyway, I could nerd out all day about story stuff, but I appreciate you guys having me up. Tommy, much love. Taco team, much love. Everyone down below, appreciate you for letting me come up.
Yep. Yeah, thanks for your question, Brian. The way you're talking made me want to maybe start thinking about Ruggo PFPs, but I don't know. That's just what popped in my head. That'd be kind of funny. Right.
No more PFPs, please. Thank you. I think we're all good on the PFPs, but yeah, anything Ruggo related. I honestly am such a fan of Ruggo. I honestly would probably buy a goddamn PFP of them at this point, but I would beg to differ with the PFPs. But yes, give me more Ruggo. Rug me, please.
Thanks,
We
Brian.
want Ragos plushie.
Yeah.
I want that too.
Go plushie. Oh, I'll put that on my shelf, bro. You guys get that. You let that happen. You let me know what .com I gotta log into to buy that, and I'll be all over it. But yeah, no, much love, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and step down here. I'm out and about at work, so time to go actually do work.
Thanks, Brian. Have a good one. All right. Next question. So kind of back. This one's going to be a little bit more guild focused. So definitely throwing this Fede. So Taco is, if for folks who didn't know, Taco is a top 21 guild producing wax on the Wax blockchain. If you're new to Wax, we don't call our block producers. We call them guilds because they do a lot more than just create blocks. We were talking about that earlier with the induction of this Taco Studios TV and how to amplify voices within the community. So this is a guild whose rating has increased over the past months. So Fede, how does your guildship influence the choices you make with your game design?
Oh yeah, it changes a lot because, for example, thanks to the path we decided to start to become a guild in Wax, we had the chance to learn really a lot more about the Wax infrastructure, how it works behind the scenes, and so on. So it helped us also um, to learn how to create, we can say, some things that we couldn't do before, and it helped a lot even to change the not really the game design, but to decide to take some path instead of others in terms of development, because it's something that not a lot of people realize is that uh, building a Web3 game, a game linked to the blockchain, it's not as a normal Web2 game. You have some, we can say, even constraints. Okay, you need to avoid to make the users do a lot of transactions. You need to try to optimize it in the best way you can, and so on. So having the chance to know at the core how the blockchain works and access to other tools that are already, of course, free and accessible to anyone, but we didn't realize when until we started to go deep into the blockchain, we had the chance to start to do a lot of things that helped us to even develop and deploy better products with thanks to the infrastructure. And also not talking just about the games, of course, starting our path into the being a guild into Wax gives us more responsibility, we can say, towards the chain in creating tools, thinking about tools that may be needed, and not just about technical tools and things that we can do inside the Wax blockchain, but also we started to be more ambassador to the outside of that. For example, we have been hired as a consultancy company from another company that's building a game, and we managed to bring them, we can say, into Wax. So we are still working on that, but the main blockchain for the core of transactions is going to be Wax for that new game. It's a game that's going to be released on Ethereum, okay, but just for the we can say the start, okay, of the game, but everything else is going to be done on Wax. All the transactions, all the game aspects, and everything. So we are really excited to have been able to do that, and to it's also we like to bring value into the blockchain itself. And other than this, we are continue to work with a luxury watch reseller in Italy that we built a system on Wax to issue NFTs with every service they provide. We are also working on other things related to certification, something that this new year may be really really exciting, and it's really one of the best projects I've ever found. And we 99% we are going to do it on Wax again. So it's our way to also bring value into Wax, not just again as developers, as a company, as game publisher, but also even on the business side, we can say. So bridging new business and make them understand the real potential of the Wax tech stack.
I think the work done by guilds, like I said, it's just so much more than just like, you know, processing transactions. And you're definitely showcasing it against, like you just said, everything you do. It's so much more. It's not only is it sometimes difficult maybe to spin up architecture because Wax is different, Wax is complex, and you can do so much here. But all the value you're adding to the ecosystem, like as hats off to you. I clap my hands for you, sir. What's the most rewarding part of being a guild? What makes you like happiest, or what makes you feel warm inside when you're done, I guess, warm and fuzzy?
All the things that we are learning, we can say almost every day. Let's say every week. Let's not exaggerate. Uh, at least every week, because there are a lot of really skilled people and companies behind the current guilds, and also there are continuous updates behind the scenes. It's something that, fortunately, I may say fortunately, is not seen by the Wax users, and if they don't see it, it means that it's going really, really, really smooth without having to be concerned about that. There were some some days and months where we had to upgrade the whole chain, something that upgrades and improvements, we can say, continuously. And the Wax team and all the guilds are all managing everything, I must say, in an amazing way, because the Wax blockchain didn't need to go, I don't know, on maintenance or whatever. Every update has been done flawlessly. Everything has been done without stopping or without having to say, okay, let's shut down and do the update like we do with Encryptia. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's one thing. We've not had downtime, and I think I said before, like, you know, when untoward things sometimes happen, the blockchain limps, it never stops. So yeah, it's a testament to the guilds. You know, it's not just obviously not just Wax team. You kind of I kind of maybe alluded to it a little bit, but I'd like to get your feedback. We talked about the most rewarding part. What's the biggest challenge you face as a guild?
Is keeping the first of all is keeping the infrastructure safe and reliable and continue to improve it. But other than this, is to be completely, we can say, 100% available if anything happens, and not just on your nodes, on your guilds, and so on, but of course even on the other ones, because uh, everyone is running the blockchain. So if someone has a problem, it's important that the other guilds helps to understand if there's something that may be improved, there's something that can be changed in the config files, in the whole system, and so on. And other than that, a lot of even suggestions, we can say, and ideas on how to improve the whole wax system, and some comes from the guilds. We have, for example, some guilds that are actively involved in the development of Antilope. So it's something. Antilope, sorry, is the system, is the blockchain at the core of Wax. We can say the framework. So it's something being continuously updated with all the latest tech stack, and upgrade your infrastructure and so on, is something that's challenging. I wouldn't say that, for example, trying to bring more value into Wax is challenging, because it's a pleasure to do that. So as a guild, even talking about Wax with other businesses and things is not something that it's challenging per se. It's more like the tech part that's way more challenging, and that let you even improve, as I said before, and learn every week new things.
Well said. Very well said. I've got one question left, folks. So if you have something that you'd like to ask the Taco team, get your hands up now. We are getting close to time, and I want to keep these guys too late before they go on to the next adventure. So if you have any questions, we'll bring you up after this last one. So Fede, so Taco has been around, like you said, the game is classic. Oh, Nico, you have a question?
I actually don't have a question, but we told on our Discord that we were going to run a giveaway. So if I can take 2 minutes
Yeah.
to tell what the community has to do, we're going to give out both one space comp and one gear from Acryptia, because we have both seasons running of comms and Acryptia. So the only thing that you have to do is to retweet this space and comment with your WAM. So just feel free to do it, and we're going to select and contact the winner from our official Twitter account. And thank you, Tommy, for the giving me
No,
this
yeah,
space.
absolutely. I'm retweeting right now and dropping my wallet. Doing it right now. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So the last question. Taco's been around, like I said, Taco's been around for a long time. Crypto is like a classic at this point. You've contributed so much to the ecosystem. You've talked about so much more that you are planning to contribute to. So, what of everything that the Taco Guild has put together and done over these years, what do you think is or was the biggest contribution to the ecosystem? Is it something coming up, you think, or is it something that's already happened? Or is it something you're currently working on and is always something, maybe you're always evolving it? What would you think is the biggest or the most impactful?
The biggest so far is the thing that didn't happen yet, and when it's going to happen, it's not going to be the biggest yet again. No, but for real, I think that what we did with the release of the taco swap, and the whole, not really the taco swap itself, because there's alcohol, it's amazing, but the meal things and the liquidity provider rewards that can be created by any creator and project, is something that was kind of lacking, we can say, on Wax, on the DeFi part. So we are extremely happy to bring a lot of value on this part, and have also inspired other projects and companies on investing more on the DeFi thing, not just with market orders or swap, but creating tools for the community. So we are extremely proud about that. And other than this, the first thing we did is we weren't a guild yet, if you think about that, but was the mobile app, because it was, and it's still. I can't wait for the Wax mobile, Wax cloud my cloud wallet mobile app, by the way, but that's another topic. And other than this, the Taco utility app now is the only one that lets you manage from a mobile native app your tokens, and to see your NFTs and so on. Is the only one that gets updated so far. So again, it's not we did it before being a guild, but I think it's something that's valuable for the Wax community. Oh, by the way, if you need an help to develop the MyCloud wallet app, don't be shy and contact the Taco team. We'd love to share anything that we have. Getting back to the topic, other than this, we think that the biggest thing that we are doing right now is trying to work on bringing value into the blockchain, bridging new businesses, and trying to increase the transactions into the blockchain itself. So we moved a bit from the developing new tools, because there are a lot of amazing tools and a lot of companies and projects and communities that are building really great tools. So it doesn't make sense to create two times the same thing into Wax, but it's more like we are in a position where we can bring value by bridging new users, onboarding new users. So that's where our focus is and is going to be in the next, let's say, few months. Yeah, and the first half of the year.
Well said. I'm looking forward to it. This year we're only 10 days in, but it's already turning out to be like, I'm really hyped on 2024. It's hard for me to say it enough. All right, folks, I think it's about time for me to hit that dusty trail. This would be, we'll go ahead and wrap up our space. Let me give a huge thank you both to Nico and Fede from Team Taco for joining us today and giving us the lowdown on all the new seasons of Crypto and Combs and sharing all the insights from operating a top 21 guild. Thank you both.
Thank you so much for having us. It's always a pleasure to be here and have a chat together.
It's always a pleasure to have you as well. What would you say is the best places for all of our interested listeners to check out all the excitement coming from Taco Guild?
Oh, definitely. The best place is our Discord and our new Twitch channel, which, by the way, we'll see you as a guest in the next weeks.
Yes, I'll be on there in the coming weeks, and that's on Twitch. You can find the Taco channel, the excuse me, Taco Studios TV weekly talk show on Twitch Thursdays at 6 p.m. UTC. That's 1800 UTC. Thank you guys. Thank you so much again for joining us. I really appreciated having you guys here. Any final words from either of you before we shut it down?
Thank you so much to you and to the whole community. The Wax one, the Taco one, that's the same community in the end. So thank you so much for being here, be part of this journey. And yeah, 2024 is going to be exciting. Like it's going to be 2025, 2026, and we are here to stay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and have a great day.
All right, everybody. Thank you all again. And especially for those who are listening, whether you're live now on the space or tuning in later, we're happy that you made it to check out everything that's going on. That's our show for this week. Next week, I'll be back at the same time. We'll be chatting about wellness with my boss, Jassy. This is the rescheduled space from December when I lost my voice. So come hang out. I hope to see you there. Happy Wax Wednesday, everyone. And don't forget to turn on your 2FA. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Is it working now? There we go. Okay. Geez. I've just been having, so when I first started the stream, the audio wasn't working. And then I started talking as soon as this stream ended. And it also was not working. Let me close this out here. Get this grubfish going. Everyone's a winner, by the way, in this grub. Since we got 6, we're gonna run it. Oh, what up, Crystalia? If you want to join this grubfish and get in real quick, type in !wolf with your Wax wallet address. Everyone's going to get an NFT. Everyone's going to be a winner. We just stream the Wax Wednesday space. And I'm going to run this grubfish. All right, there you are. I should see your name pop up. Wait for it to pop up here. Oh, nope, you got to type wolf. Yep, that's right, that's right. Got to type wolf. Hope your day is going well, by the way. There you go, I see ya. Actually, Carly just got back, so if we wait one more second, I guess there's no point because we're going to give everyone's a winner. So she normally will explode in our grubfish as soon as it starts, and then I don't touch any controls, and then if I win, nobody does. But we're just going to run it, and everyone's going to get something. I don't know. We got the rewards wallet. There's just a bunch of stuff in here, so I don't know. Oh, there's a whole bunch. We're going to get some crowns away. Look at all these crowns. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of NFTs in here. I'm going to pass some out to all you guys and gals that participate in this grub fish. So let's get it going without any further ado. And we're off. Everybody's just cruising along so far. We ain't got no blades. Oh, Crystalia. You're the first to go. That's okay. You're still a winner. Now, coming up next on the list is no one. The blade didn't hit not a single grubfish. Good deal. Just cruising along. We got Buzz King, Coin Runner, also known as Mr. T, No Ledge, Nikki, Wax Wolves, and Cryptozoic in the race. Oh, Coin Runner just missed the blade. Still in it. Still rocking. Carly made that little wax logo blade there. Oh, double knockout on that one. We're down to no ledge. Coin Runner is out, actually. It's just Wax Wolves and no ledge. I think I'm going to take this. I'm taking this win. Without even touching a single control. You're done. That's it. The Wax Wolves are the winners. But that's okay because you're all going home with an NFT. Thank you all for being here. And thank you all for just, I don't know, everything. Supporting Wax. Love wax spaces. I love doing wax. What is that? I wasn't gonna say. I love doing wax. I don't even know what that would mean. Let me copy all your wallets here and save them before I even cut this stream. That way I make sure I don't. Let's see here. Okay, got everyone's wallet. Any final words? I don't know. NFTs are awesome. PFPs are awesome. Web3 is awesome. Yeah. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day. Oh!